What is up, YouTube? What is going on? Finally, I got around to doing these videos. I've been talking about them all week, but I've been feeling like a lazy bum, so I have some time to kill before now and when the Super Bowl starts, so I'm going to crank out the videos fast and furious until then. Well, I'll just give you an update on what's going on. I haven't done a Madden League video in quite some time. It is playoff time in the PSL2 PS3 online franchise league, year number 2. And I'm hosting a playoff game against the Chicago Bears in the first round wildcard weekend. I finished the season with a record of 9-7, tied for the division lead, and I won the tiebreaker, thankfully. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten in because my record wouldn't have been good enough to get in the playoffs as a wild card. So there you go. I'm the Seattle Seahawks of the PSL2, taking on the 11-5 Chicago Bears. So there you have it. I guess the moral of the story is that I need to have better regular seasons, so I'm not relying on EA Sports to get the tiebreakers right. Year 1, I lost the tiebreaker, and year 2, I lucked out and won the tiebreaker. So in year 3, I'm going to really try to crank out the regular season and not rely on being bailed out by the tiebreaker to get into the playoffs. So there you go. That's my promise for season 3. Hopefully I can execute that plan. But anyway, this game inspired me to go on a little bit of a diatribe, if you will. And I want to talk about the single worst kind of online sports gamer that exists. And he's the worst guy to have in your league. And that is the whiner. Now, first of all, every last one of us has been the whiner in some stage of our life when it comes to Madden or sports games. I've done it, and I'm sure all of you have done it at some point, but eventually, you know, you grow out of it, or you realize, you know, it's just a game, it's not so serious, and you say, you know, whatever. But unfortunately, some guys do not. And the guys who do not, they're almost always closet cheesers. They're the guys in your leagues that are always playing on the edge of sim. And you can tell that their latent, cheesy, quick rank style of play, you know, wants to come out. Because they usually run, you know, 4 or 5 pet plays on offense and come out in 1 or 2 defenses every single play. And the worst aspect of, well, not really the worst, one of the worst aspects of the whiner is a couple of things. He's the guy who's always complaining. He's never happy. He's never happy about anything. And part of the reason why he's not happy is because, you know, he really doesn't want to play sim football. He wants to cheese. And he feels like the rules constrain him and prevent him from showing off his masterful stick skills. And that leads me to point number 2 about the Madden whiner. Madden whiner never feels that he can lose. Losing is beneath the Madden whiner's, you know, realm of thinking. And heaven forbid you do beat him, you know, all hell will break loose. He's the guy who will, you know, call out everyone on the message boards, the league message boards. He'll send you, bombard you with messages on the console. And losing is never his fault, because in his mind, you know, his stick skills are so nice that if you do manage to beat him, you just had to have been cheating. Or the game played out against him. If he throws an interception, it's because he pressed the wrong button. If his running back fumbles the ball, well, the game made him fumble and you got lucky. If he screws up in coverage, he dropped the controller. Yada, 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 yada. Excuse. Because in his mind, he's so far and above everybody else in the league that if you beat him, or if you figure out his, two defense game plan and his 4 to 5 offense game plan, well, you just had to have cheated. No ifs, ands, or buts.
He's searching for a receiver.
And it's really a shame because, this particular game was actually a pretty good game. It was one of the more boring games I've played in a long time because I knew I was going to be seeing one of two looks every single down. I was either going to see man under or cover 2 every single play without fail. And I knew that he was only going to throw, inside the numbers every single down without fail when he threw the football. So in that aspect, it was boring, but it was, from a game standpoint, it was a pretty good game. We're going back and forth. He's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and we're having at it. And I play, just to give you a little example of what I'm talking about, I play a pretty conservative style of defense in Madden. I don't play defense like I play defense in NCAA, where I believe that in that game, in order to get spread offenses off the field, you gotta play defense downhill and get after it more. In Madden, I play a single gap 4-3, 2 high safeties, Tampa 2 type of scheme, and I play Dungy Ball. I want to compress the field. I want to force you to go the long field. I want to force you to get impatient and to force something that you shouldn't. And when you get into the red zone, I want to try to frustrate you into settling for field goals. That's how I believe in playing defense when I play, NFL football. It's different from the college game, in my opinion, and I don't think that the same principles work because of the spread offense in the college game. So that's my take on defense. And I give him credit. He's a pretty good offensive player. He's not really forcing much. He's taking what's there, this, that, and the other. And when he has the ball, what he did was accuse me of running uncoverable route combinations. And that my passing game abuses the AI. And I'm sitting there going, let's think about this for a little bit. You either play man 2 or cover 2, and your strategy is to control the intermediate to deep middle. You're praying that I throw a tight end post route or slant route. I did throw one slant route for an INT that I shouldn't have, thrown. That was on me, just a stupid play on my part. But thinking about it from a pure, logical, football point of view, if you're going to do that, if you drop back deep, I'm going to throw underneath you. If you try to squeeze in, I'm going to throw over you. If you try to compress the middle, I'm going to try to throw outside. That's just football,
Seems to have hurt his shoulder or arm.
You take what's there and you try to, beat what they're trying to take away. I think sometimes people expect you to throw right into the teeth of their defense. Where I played APF 2K8 on Xbox, there was a guy like that who he would constantly, every single down, play outside technique with his CBs and then hot route everybody to cover the middle of the field, and he would ban any route that beat that coverage in his leagues. And it should come to no surprise that league lasted maybe 2 seasons and then disintegrated. Some people are just like that. They have one particular way of playing, and if you can get them out of their comfort zone of how they like to play, or show that you have a brain and attack what their one-dimensional or two-dimensional style is throwing at you, they don't know what to do, and they don't have the emotional maturity to be good sports about it and just tip their hat to the better player that day. They just have to go out on a rant and accuse you of cheating. So that's how this guy rolls. And He's just one of those guys that just takes sports gaming way too seriously, or gaming in general way too seriously. I mean, this is fun,
to the 17-yard line.
You know, I come home from work, I come home from my job, I work out, and then I just want to kick back on my couch in front of my, you know, high-def TV and bang out some league games and have some fun and blow off some steam, read a book, and go to sleep. That's all I want to do, you know? It's fun. I wish more gamers were like Chris Smooth. One of the reasons why I love watching Chris Smooth's videos is because he has a good time, you know? He makes fun of himself when he screws up. He doesn't, you know, curse or whine and complain. He just has a good time. That's why, you know, he's the man in my opinion. But that's just me. But anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to see how this game unfolds. I have more videos coming in the pipeline that I hope to bang out today and tomorrow before the Super Bowl. And I'll talk to you all later.
He gets off the throw. He's hit, but he's still on his feet. The Bears will take their first time out of the half with his 5th grab of the game. He throws downfield. Touchdown! They've grabbed the lead.